The story unfolded in the arid lands near the Jordan River during a time of deep oppression under Roman rule. Miriam, a young Jewish scribe with secret knowledge passed down through her ancient lineage, carefully observed signs that few could comprehend. Her father, Eleazar, a guardian of ancient wisdom, had taught her that the scriptures were not merely historical records, but encoded layers of deeper wisdom. Each symbol, each word, carried multiple layers of meaning, veils concealing the true divine essence. The Romans ruled the region with an iron fist, but Miriam knew that the real systems of power transcended physical boundaries. Her focus was not on political conflicts, but on the inner transformation that each soul could achieve. She belonged to a secret group of Gnostic scribes, heirs of a tradition that viewed the divine not as an external entity, but as an inner force in constant evolution. Sophia, the divine feminine wisdom, was her true guide, not the traditional religious leaders who interpreted the scriptures literally. The scrolls Miriam safeguarded contained interpretations that would make the high priests tremble with horror. The apocalypse was not a prophecy of destruction, but a map to enlightenment, each symbol a key to unlocking the mysteries of human consciousness. Her knowledge made her both powerful and vulnerable. Few understood the depth of her mission, to preserve knowledge capable of dismantling the religious and political systems of control. The signs were multiplying. The prophecies others feared, she saw as invitations to radical transformation. The beasts represented misunderstood human impulses, the seals gateways to higher states of consciousness, the trumpets calls for true inner revolution. Miriam knew her journey would be perilous. Guardians of traditional knowledge would see her as a heretic, the Romans as a potential threat, but her lineage had prepared her for this moment. The true battle would not be fought with swords, but with understanding. Each revelation was a step closer to the fundamental unity that connected all beings. The days passed with mounting tension. Miriam observed the signs in the skies and scriptures, grasping nuances that eluded others. Her secret group of Gnostic scribes met in hidden locations, away from the watchful eyes of priests and Roman soldiers. Raphael, one of the group's eldest members, brought an ancient scroll discovered in a cave near Qumran. The markings on the document suggested an even older origin, possibly predating the canonized texts. "This scroll," Raphael said, his eyes gleaming with ancient wisdom, "contains revelations that will completely transform our understanding of the divine." Miriam carefully examined the document. The symbols were intricate, intertwining languages and meanings. Each line seemed to breathe, holding multiple layers of understanding. It was not a text to be read but deciphered, a code for spiritual transformation. Prophecies traditionally interpreted as external events took on new meanings. The 7 churches were not physical locations but states of consciousness. The beasts symbolized psychological structures of entrapment. The seals represented gateways to inner expansion. Her interpretations fundamentally challenged the established religious power structures. If traditional scribes understood the depth of their discoveries, she would be immediately branded a heretic. A sudden movement near the cave entrance interrupted her thoughts. Miriam quickly rolled up the scroll, fully aware of the constant danger. Her group was not only preserving knowledge, they were safeguarding it. She knew the true revolution would not occur through external battles, but through the inner transformation of every soul awakened to the true nature of existence. The night deepened, and with it, the tension grew. Rumors of the Gnostic scribes group had reached the ears of the religious authorities. Miriam knew that every moment could be her last in the pursuit of true revelation. The scroll discovered by Raphael revealed deeper connections. The prophecies were not linear events, but cyclical patterns of spiritual transformation. Each symbol was a key, each metaphor a portal to greater understanding. Eleazar, her father, called her for a decisive conversation. "Daughter," he said in a hushed tone, "our lineage carries knowledge that few can grasp. Sophia is not just a concept, it is the very creative force of the universe." The persecution drew nearer. The Romans, spurred by traditional priests, sought to eliminate any knowledge that threatened the established order. Miriam prepared the scrolls to be hidden, preserved for future generations. Her secret group decided to disperse the manuscripts. Each fragment would serve as a code, a seed of knowledge that could germinate in future times. This was not merely preservation, it was a silent revolution of consciousness. The prophecies of the apocalypse took on new meanings. The trumpets, internal calls for transformation. The beasts, structures of psychological entrapment. The seals, gateways to expanded consciousness. The New Jerusalem, a state of inner unity. Raphael whispered to Miriam moments before the dispersion, "Our knowledge will survive, not as text, but as essence. Every soul that awakens will be our true legacy." The revolution transcended time and space. It was the eternal dance of consciousness rediscovering itself.